We just got a ton of new information on the RE4 Remake, from new screenshots, secrets, gameplay, and much more. And we even have official information about the RE4 Remake demo, which has a 99% chance of dropping next week. So while you guys are busy liking the video and subscribing, I'm gonna dive into this gameplay and show you a few things that you might have missed. Let's get into it. So before I talk about the RE4 Remake demo, which is probably going to drop next week, we recently got about 9 to 12 minutes of new RE4 Remake footage. And I'm sure by this point we've all seen it, so I don't need to sit here and really talk about it too much. But there are some key details that I want to point out, and I'm sure there's a few things that you guys might have missed. This isn't a breakdown, I just want to give my thoughts. So the biggest thing about this gameplay are the water sections, and there's actually something that only very few people have talked about. So as we all know, one of the most popular fights in the OG RE4 was the Del Lago fight, and there have been some rumors about the fight taking a different approach in the remake, where instead of using the spears, you would actually have to use your guns while you're driving the boat. But obviously that rumor has been debunked in this gameplay, because if you look at the bottom right corner, the infinite spears are back. Now you're probably thinking, Rapid Crafter, like, why is that important? Like, why should we care? Well, here's another thing that almost nobody is talking about. If you look at this clip right here of Leon walking, I don't know, looks like maybe underground based on the corner rock thingies up there. So if you take a look at the right side, you can notice that the church puzzle from the OG game is back, but obviously here it's in a different location. And the reason why this and the spear thing is so important is because a lot of people are still freaking out about the remake. People are so worried that, oh, the remake's not going to be faithful, it's going to ruin the OG. All right guys, get your snacks ready because I'm about to go on a full-on rant. The fact that if you really pay attention to this remake gameplay, and not just this gameplay in particular, but all of the gameplay, all of the trailers, there are a ton of small Easter eggs and secrets, like really tiny details in the remake that you would assume Capcom simply wouldn't keep in the game. And the fact that small things like this church puzzle and the infinite spears and a ton of other small details are still in the remake just goes to show that Capcom is paying very close attention to how important this game really is to us fans. I'm not trying to sound corny like, oh, us fans, they need to please us fans with a proper remake. But the amount of comments that I see all over Twitter and Instagram and YouTube and just everywhere about the RE4 remake, there are so many people who are freaking out and saying that this game looks bad and it looks terrible and it's not a faithful remake. I'm not trying to be rude, but we don't care. I mean, seriously, take a look at this gameplay and tell me one thing that's not faithful. Oh, the fact that there's crouching? You have the quick swapping mechanic where you can switch between your guns quicker. I mean, there's a lot of things here that are new in the remake, but overall, it looks very faithful to me. I also find it interesting that that puzzle that I was talking about earlier also shows up again. So it seems like this puzzle is gonna happen maybe multiple times throughout the game. And I know it's a lot to take in, but if you really pay close attention, some of these rooms look exactly like the OG. Like, it literally looks like Capcom just copy and pasted the original game and just updated the graphics. Obviously, a couple of things are going to get cut from this game, but that is okay. This game is not meant to replace the original, it's meant to be another masterpiece. Whether you love or hate the remake when it comes out, the OG is always going to be there. It's always going to be a masterpiece. The remake isn't intended to replace that game. It is simply meant to give us a modern version of what would happen if RE4 was made today. And if you thought that was exciting, Capcom just announced a live stream that is happening on March 9th. The showcase is taking place on Thursday, March 9th at 2:30 p.m. PST, which is 5:30 p.m. EST. And for those who are like, oh, you're just making assumptions, there's no demo confirmation. Well, let me prove you wrong. The official Resident Evil channel is streaming this live stream. And if you take a look in the description, it says the runtime will be approximately 26 minutes. And they even confirmed on their Twitter that they are going to be talking about Resident Evil 4. And considering that the RE4 remake is their next big release, I highly doubt they're gonna stream and sit here and be like, Hi guys, we're here to talk about RE4. I'm sure they're going to talk about a demo and they're probably going to release it on that day. And one thing that I am curious about is I wonder if they're going to talk about DLC. I don't know if you guys know, but the Mercenaries game mode is not going to launch with the game on the release day. The Mercenaries game mode is going to be free DLC that's going to be launched later down the line. I know, I'm just as upset as you are. But I wonder if during this showcase, they're going to talk about the Separate Ways campaign. Or for those that watched the recent gameplay, Leon mentions Operation Javier to Krauser, which for those that don't know, Operation Javier was this mission that Leon and Krauser went on together back when they were partners. I don't know if it's just a reference or if this is Capcom trying to hint to us that they plan to release some future DLC about this, Operation Javier. But of course, I want to hear your thoughts down below. Are you guys excited for the RE4 Remake demo? Because I know I am. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and until next time.